Hi, I'm Joe Roets, founder of Dragonchain, here today to talk about blockchain protocols and interoperability. Dragonchain was created originally at the Walt Disney Company, was open sourced in 2016, and in 2017, myself and others on the team left to commercialize the platform. The interesting thing about hybrid blockchain platforms, which Dragonchain is that you separate the proof from the payload generally. It's not always what hybrid blockchains do, but that can be looked at as one of the key reasons why they are different, that you do have a private blockchain that you control the security on, if you look at the business level 1 in this graphic. But at the same time, you have the ability to interoperate with a public blockchain or some form of public consensus mechanism. And in the case of Dragonchain, we definitely do those two things, but we have a gradient of verification that occurs between them as well. In the verifications of independent nodes based upon business contexts that are very specific things for validation, diversity, notary in this case. And in the end, that every transaction, or every block, is secured on one or more public bridges. And in our case, it is Ethereum and Bitcoin. And what you get with that is the combined network, hash power, or staking security that those other blockchains have. So we can get into some of it, but the important parts about hybrid blockchains are that you can more directly, more understandably, and more thoroughly protect business data than you ever could on a public blockchain, for instance, where you're going to have to do a number of things just to make it something that a business would want to do, exposing their proprietary data, exposing customer data, things like this. You can use existing DevOps and existing IT security best practices, where things that have developed over generations of engineering practice, you can still leverage. Businesses can retain control of their own data and their own processes. Only the proof of that data is decentralized. On top of this, because your own data is controlled, you can take advantage of next generation's quantum safe encryption strategies. You can develop much better and more safe disaster recovery infrastructures, and you can decentralize based upon your specific business needs or wishes. You don't have anything built in where the network is requiring you to decentralize various parts of data. The other piece, very, very interesting and valuable results come from having a hybrid blockchain, and that is scalability. That given that you have the privacy or the private side of your blockchain, becomes much, much more flexible, whereas the public side is just used for the measurable security, that this results in the ability to scale your systems using existing best practices, things that if you are in a certain industry are already known about how to scale various types of data. We have, in fact, using these strategies, been able to prove scalability to hundreds of millions of transactions per day in a very consistent, very solid way, losing no transactions, having every transaction secured all the way to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Very interesting things are possible with this. Another piece is interoperability, that there are several angles, what we consider dimensions to interoperability on a blockchain. One is token and asset transfer, that having a hybrid blockchain, for one thing, better prepares you to do interoperability functions between blockchains, and that means that you can transfer or ledger tokens between chains. that you can leverage any network for security. We use Bitcoin and Ethereum, that you can leverage any other blockchain network for utility. If some particular blockchain comes up for NFTs, or that has better fees, or that has some particular interesting feature like decentralized storage, you can plug into that for direct utility in a very flexible way. And I think most importantly that this type of an architecture, a hybrid blockchain architecture like you see with Dragonchain, is extremely valuable for interoperability with traditional and legacy systems. Those are the things that people need most to get plugged in to leverage the capabilities of a blockchain. And you therefore need that ease of interoperability and a flexibility to use any language and any SDK or API. So with that, another piece that there are a lot of different philosophical thoughts on this, but enterprise smart contracts, the ability to scale a smart contract to an enterprise level. We're talking millions and millions of transactions a day on them. That because of this hybrid architecture, the smart contracts themselves are independently scalable, that they run in their own instance and are able to scale to any necessary level. Any programming language can be used with complete language features. It's all modeled after a RESTful architecture so that it's very flexible for future unanticipated features. And you can edit or replace any step in a process. That is, you can pop up new smart contracts, replace with a new version existing ones, or remove others. And with all of this, Dragonchain has done enough work in advance. We understand a lot of these things, a lot more than I can describe in 10 minutes, as to blockchain scaling, interesting features and capabilities with blockchain smart contract orchestration, and then very interesting pieces with blockchain time and loyalty, what we like to call behavior systems. So if you have any questions, get in touch with us, and thanks for having me.